Okay, so I decided to do a Q&A. I haven't done one forever. Just today I woke up and I'm like, oh, I want to do a Q&A. So I put it out there on the Twitterverse. I'm like, hey guys, ask me whatever the fuck you want. I'll answer it, and I'm doing the answering. I did have one caveat though, and that is, but dumb questions will be mocked and left unanswered. Let's see how many of those I get. I don't think I got any. My Twitter audience seems to be a bit above average, so I don't expect any, like, heinous, dumb fucking questions. So, hey, first of all, also, though, something that is annoying. Instead of people entirely responding to this, they respond to these two, so now I have to, like, click these to make sure I don't miss any goddamn questions. Okay, so, when's the next Super Review? She's lucky she's a friend of mine. Live bannings, please. I don't think that's a question. I think that's a request. And no, because I'd have to, like, build up people and, like, leave them unbanned and then remembered who isn't banned, and then I'd have to, like, record me banning them, and that's just too much hassle for me. I can't do it. Okay, this one has two questions in reverse order. I have a question. Have you ever heard / watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Have I, a person with, like, who's been watching anime for over 15 years, heard of JoJo's Bizarre... Yes. Yes, I have. I have heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Have I watched it? A little bit. I get this question all the fucking time. Like, have you seen JoJo? Have you heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? It's like, guys, JoJo's isn't a new thing. Like, I've known about JoJo for about 15 years now. Like, I've been watching anime for over fucking 20 years. Like, trust me, like, I've heard of these shows. I know what they are. So, like, yeah, I haven't, like, it's on my list. It is on my list of things to watch. Unless I die an untimely death, I will eventually get to the point where I will watch that. But, alright, and his other question he had was, tell your top 5 most excited games, okay, I guess, like, the top 5 games I'm most excited for in 2017. Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier Automata, what else was there? Gravity Rush 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2. There you go. Don't know if those are exactly, like, the 5 I'm most excited about, but those are definitely, like, the 5 that came to mind first. And definitely some games I am very, very fucking hyped for. Also, Nioh looks really fucking cool, too. Okay. Is there a fan service heavy anime you actually enjoy? Yes. I'm not, like, super opposed to fan service animes. They're not all terrible. I do think a lot of them are schlock. But, you know, some of them can be good. The Monogatari series is very heavy in fan service. And it's one of my absolute favorite shows. But it uses fan service as a form of character development, and that's really fucking smart of it. Like, it's a fantastic series, and it actually uses like I said, uses its fan service as a form of visual storytelling. Also, then I also like complete schlock, like High School Today. It's a fantastic show with great atmosphere and awesome fucking violence, cool characters, and I mean, like this huge fucking titties flopping around. But that's kind of the joke. I don't think anyone, like, I mean, like, I'm definitely, like, not turned on by it, but it is funny, and it adds to the humor. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not horribly opposed to fan service animes. It's just a lot of fan service animes just happen to also be garbage is the problem. Least favorite shonen anime? Bleach. I dropped that shit. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Bleach ends right after they leave the Seirete. After, like, they rescue Rukia, and they leave the Seirete, and they, you know, that is where Bleach ends for me. I don't desire to see anything past that. I read the manga past that point, dropped it a good ways into the Hueco Mundo arc, and said, fuck it, it wasn't worth reading or watching anymore. And I had a friend of mine who kept watching it, and it is confirmed for me that I made the right choice, even though he continued to make the wrong choice. What's the series or franchise you have been a fan of for the longest? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, without a doubt. I have been a huge TMNT fan my entire life. It is like since I was 3 years old, I have been a fan. Like, my earliest memories consist of me watching the first season of TMNT, and like I've followed the franchise even to this day. It is just an ingrained part of me. Next up. am I weird for doing it on DBZ girls? Like doing what jerking off? Like, is that what you mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, lots of people jerk off to anime characters. I mean, the normies will probably think you're weird, but fuck the normies. You know. I mean, if jerking off to anime girls is wrong, I don't want to be right. Okay, and someone asked me some questions on this one. Hey, describe your ideal Dragon Ball series. Describe what your ideal Dragon Ball series would be like themes, potential storylines, etc. Also, ice cream or cheesecake. Well, first off, the easy answer to this, cheesecake. Cheesecake is always the superior dessert. And as far as making a Dragon Ball set, fuck, man, I don't know. Like just like a whole series. Like, I mean, I have like an idea for like, you know, like restructuring the universe for like a reboot. Ever since I brought up the idea of like Dragon Ball needs a reboot, I've had like these ideas for one. But as far as like creating something 100% from scratch, I've had like a couple ideas, but like for like arcs or whatever. But as far as just making a whole series from scratch and like this is going to be like the new Dragon Ball series, I don't know. I would like to see just anything that explores the characters, the pre-established characters, and the pre-established world more, because I feel like the big problem Super's having is it keeps introducing new things that they don't explore or do anything with, and all these new characters that they don't explore or do anything with, and they're just they might as well just be locations and cardboard cutouts of characters. So I'd want like a show that goes a bit more in-depth than that. And just explores what we already have instead of just making up more and more new shit. What's your favorite novel? Bram Stoker's Dracula is my favorite novel. I love that book. It is fantastic. Really great for its time. Love it a lot. Okay, this question, I love this person. I read some of these in advance in preparation, but okay. So you have a well understanding of how a story or a show should be structured and what makes a great narrative, which makes me wonder, what is your history with series and movies in general? Does your great knowledge of story and plot structure stem solely from experience of consuming a lot, or does it have other reasons? Sorry if I'm a horrible reader, so, and especially long format out loud, I suck at it, so I'm sorry. Have you always analyzed media more closely, or was there a turning point where you had in your life? Do you enjoy your analytic point of view, or would you rather be able to enjoy media without reflecting on it too much? Well, first off, as far as like, you know, understanding how things should be structured, I don't think that there's a set structure for narrative. I feel like narratives, just in general, like, you know, they're art. And there's no right or wrong way to do art. I mean, you can have good art and bad art, but, you know, like, you can always experiment with pre-established ideas and rules and how things should be to kind of expand on the mediums. But to answer your question, though, like, my personal history with movies and series in general, let me say, as far as, like, you know, I have, like, no film school history. I never took like a cinema appreciation class or anything like that. My kind of analytical nature when it comes to the entertainment that I consume, that comes from and this actually is a turning point. Like, I wasn't always like that. I used to digest media just as like oh yeah, this is cool, this is awesome, this is stupid, whatever. I had a really shallow appreciation. I would say around 19 to 20 is where that shift started happening in me, where I started wondering like why I felt the way about entertainment that I did. Like, why did I think this was good? Why did I think this was bad? And really kind of like deconstructing like the movies that I was watching and the anime I was watching. And just, you know, really getting at, like, you know, like the core of their problems or like the core of the things that made them great. And by doing this, I ended up developing appreciation for things that I originally didn't like. And I ended up disliking things that I originally liked. It's just, I mean, you know, I was just like, oh yeah, that thing's okay, acceptable. And now I'm like, that was garbage. I think like really what triggered that was like the Star Wars prequels and the Matrix trilogy, and I was kind of like those Matrix sequels, I should say. Like, those were two where, like they were kind of hated, or they were really hated. And I was just like, they're alright, they're not as good as the originals, and like I couldn't like, and so I really started getting into that. And yeah, so that's kind of where that came from, and I've been like that ever since. Like at first it used to be something that I would actively do. Now it's just something that just kind of happens while I'm watching shows in general. Like I just kind of like, pick apart the characters and themes, and just like, if it's noticeable enough. As far as like, do I enjoy my analytical standpoint? Yes, I do, because it allows me to have like additional appreciation for like well-crafted like movies and animes and stories. Like whenever I come across something that's really well-crafted, I get so much more appreciation out of it because I look into it the way I did. Like, I mean, if I didn't have that, like, I would never appreciate like Utena or Evangelion or The Matrix, or Ghost in the Shell, or like, Inception. Like, I would never like appreciate these things that are fantastic on the level that I do if it wasn't for the fact that I view them the way that I do. And like, as far as like, do I wish I could just like, enjoy something without reflecting on it? No. Because I mean, if I dislike something, I like to understand why I dislike it. Why specifically this doesn't work for me. And Now, whenever I watch something, like, usually on the first viewing, I know exactly why it didn't work for me. Like, as soon as I walked out of, like the Hobbit movies, I knew why it didn't work for me. Godzilla 2014, I knew why it didn't work for me. Rogue One, I knew why it didn't work for me. The movie that shall not be named. So, I knew exactly, like, what structurally, immediately, I didn't like about those movies. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that if, like, and understand and appreciate the things that I do if it wasn't for that. So yeah, I like the fact that I'm as analytical as I am when it comes to the entertainment that I consume. Okay, why do your videos suck? Well, Dr. Aggro, my videos suck because I am a talentless hack who just slaps together fucking vlogs and videos, and I have no artistic passion or creativity. You figured me out, you fuckers. I'm a fucking fraud! Let's see. Favorite slice of life genre, anime or manga? Okay, so I like a lot of slice of life stuff. I love Azumanga Daioh, Lucky Star. What I've seen of Shirobako I really love. But if I had to say like the one I love the most so far, it'd have to be Barakamon. If you haven't seen Barakamon, I highly recommend it. It's about this struggling artist who like is like really popular. He gets trashed on by like this art reviewer, ends up decking the guy in the face, and kind of becomes like a pariah in the calligraphy community because he's a professional calligrapher. And he ends up going to like this remote little village in Japan where he's, like trying to find his artistic passion for his calligraphy. And it has a great cast of characters. The main character is fantastic. It's a series that I personally really connect with because I can understand that whole kind of that creative passion, wanting to do and make unique stuff, and really find like your niche in your own art. So yeah, Barakamon, fantastic. Recommend the hell out of it. If you have a Crunchyroll account, it's on there. I think Funimation has the dub on their site. It's a great fucking series. Check out Barakamon. Let's see. Do you like Toriyama's new art style? I think it was good in the Jocko manga, but it looked a bit off in the BOG poster he made. Okay. And then someone also, as a reference point, this is what Toriyama's normal character sheets look like these days. Okay. The Jocko manga, I think, looks fantastic. This is different. It's a different style. It's definitely more in the tone of the Jocko manga. And I totally dig this. I like the way this looks. That being said, when he does his character sheets, I think they look like shit. I think they're very minimalist. It just feels like he's kind of slapped together like a design real quick. And it's like, here you go. Here's like the basic idea of what this character needs to look like. And like I just don't think like the art is very good. I mean, like even here, like the details aren't like like that sharp in terms of his facial features. Like like this is supposed to be the edge of his head, but it comes way out here. Yeah, Toriyama's art just like when he does like his character sheets. Like the best example is look up his Golden Frieza fucking character sheet work that he did. Like his design for Golden Frieza looks like absolute fucking garbage. And yeah, I just Also, Dragon Ball Minus, I think, looks fucking terrible as well, which is weird because it's in the fucking Jocko manga. It's part of the Jocko manga. The Jocko manga looks great, but then, yeah, I don't know what is with Toriyama. I just assume, like, with these character sheets, he's just not trying. And with the Dragon Ball Minus, it was just like this quick slap together. Like, I need to make this little bonus chapter for this manga, for this Takoban before it comes out. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't like this. I really like. I really liked his art style in Jocko. I don't like this shit. Like every time I got a new character design, like look at this new Toriyama character design. I'm like, man, can't wait to see that in Super, so it doesn't look like shit. So yeah, that's kind of my stance there. Have you watched Firefly yet? And when will you and Agro talk about it? I can't escape it. No, I haven't watched Firefly yet. Actually, I take it back. I did. It was called Outlaw Star, and it was better. Fuck you, Agro. You piece of shit. What's your opinion on the funny dub of DBZ Kai and DBZ Kai The Final Chapters? The Final Chapters I haven't seen any of. I haven't watched anything what's currently airing on Toonami. As far as Kai goes, I like it. It's like I think all the actors are the best they've ever been. I think some of the voice actor choices still suck. I think Ginyu sounds like shit. I think Perfect Cell sounds like shit. I don't like their voices at all. That being said, though, good performances. I don't like how the character names are still changed, or like how some names start off with like Makenko Seppo, and then later on it's Special Beam Cannon, or Kienzan, and then later on it's Destructo Disc. I hate that. I hate the fact that like that Tenshinhan is called Tienshinhan. I hate that Kuriden is called Krillin. It's like, guys, like just fucking give us the right dub. I mean, the old school fans, like dubbies, they have Dragon Ball Z to watch. Give us like a good proper dub. If you even have to like make like an alternate audio track where they say the correct names. All right. What were your best and worst subjects in high school? Math was my worst. Really sucked at it. Let's see. My best, probably horticulture. I was really big into horticulture, and I took art classes as well that I was pretty good at. But yeah, horticulture was my favorite class. It was probably the subject that I did best in. It wasn't like obviously like one of like the main classes, but I just want to go with like the main standardized classes. Shit. History, I guess. Yeah, I liked history. What's your favorite voice for the new for a new character anyone introduced post the 2008 special? Okay, obviously it's Dragon Ball related. I don't know. I mean, voices of new characters, I don't really care about the voices that much. Probably Black, like Goku Black, like Nozawa just knocks out of the fucking park. I think she just sounds so sinister as Black, just like, god damn. Like, it's like hearing a completely different character, and I love it. So yeah, I'd probably go with Goku Black. When did you start watching anime? Like I said, it was about 20 years ago. It was like around like the Toonami boom of the late 90s, like when that started happening. So it was like Dragon Ball, and I mean, like before that I had seen like Voltron and Speed Racer, but I didn't really know what anime was then. But then, once anime kind of took off in the States, then I had context, then I knew what it was. And so yeah, that's like, I would say like when I started watching anime and understood that it was Japanese and it was something different, yeah, that would be like around 12, 13, maybe 14 at absolute most. No, it's like, I'd say 13 to 12, somewhere in there. Do you plan on covering more shows in the future, week to week, or Zeon and Agro like videos? Not week to week. I don't like doing week to week videos. Which is why even with Dragon Ball Super, I've cut back on that. Zeon and Agro talk about videos. Those will always be a thing. We'll always have some show or anime or anything. Like, as soon as the new season of Voltron drops and I watch all that and he watches all that, we're going to talk about the first 2 seasons of Voltron. So, you can expect that. What is your favorite non-anime show of all time? Let's see. I'm assuming you mean like live action as well. Jessica Jones. I think Jessica Jones is probably the best show I've seen in a really long time. I can't really think of like another show that really was just that damn good for me. And just really hit all the bases that I really like in my entertainment. So yeah, Jessica Jones. Is there anything about GT that you legitimately hate? The dub that Funimation did, the Mark Menza score. I hate those. Let's see. Honestly, but as far as things that are like already that's a part of the original GT story, I don't think there's anything I hate, but there are definitely things I dislike and just things that I am kind of underwhelmed by. And that's kind of like how I feel about GT. Like, there aren't things that I outright hate. Like the Majin Buu arc, there are things that I hate. The artificial human arc, there are things that I outright hate. With GT, it's just like, I wish that were better. That was kind of disappointing. That was like, that was kind of stupid. Like, it's like little annoying things that are just that I don't hate, but I just dislike. I'm just like, like when they're on Planet Omega in like the early episodes and they're hiding around and sneaking. It's just like, why are they sneaking? Why don't they just kick their ass, like kick ass through all these guys? And it's just little stupid things like that GT had a tendency to do that I dislike. Just little stupid contrived bullshit just to like kind of create an artificial sense of tension for little scenes or for the sake of comedy, and I thought it was just dumb. What do you think of the X-Men live action movies? I like them. They're not necessarily all great movies. In fact, most of them aren't. Even the bad ones I enjoy. I like how it's this big overarching thing, and kind of like just like an actual comic book run. You take the good, you take the bad, you take the retcons. And like honestly, as far as like creating that kind of comic book feel, I feel like the X-Men movies are the most accurate to how comic book feels, because like you have like the early stories that were, some of them were good and some of them were and they were kind of finding their foothold. They had some stories that are fucking terrible. Then you have like the fucking Universal reboots, and then you have like more stories that are great or more stories that aren't that great. So yeah, I enjoy them though for what they are. Let's see, top 3 Dragon Ball songs, excluding openings and closings. So you have to readily make me think about that, because you excluded openings and closings. I would say the Tenkaichi Budokai theme that plays when Goku and Jackie Chun are fighting in the final episode of that. That's fantastic. The Yamcha theme, I forgot what the fuck it's called. I forgot what all these fucking songs are called, but there's like the song that Yamcha's voice actor sings, I think during the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai, where he's fighting Tenshinhan. And then there was, there was a great fucking theme for the Red Ribbon Army, and then there was also a great theme, it showed up in the movie, it also showed up in the show where it's like, Dragon Ball, I got it. Yeah, that one I like as well. So those 4, I think, are fantastic. Dragon Ball doesn't have a lot of insert songs, guys. What do you want me to do? Best arc of Yu Yu Hakusho, Chapter Black, is my absolute favorite. It's kind of the thing that really made me think, oh man, Shonen series could be like deeper and more complex. Fuck. What's your favorite anime opening? Shit. I mean, there's classics like Cruel Angel Thesis from Ava. But like my favorite, honestly, it would probably have to be just something from Aki Kishimbo, either like one of the Monogatari intros. Actually, wait, I take it back. I know exactly what it is. The intro to Koi Monogatari, which is the last arc of Monogatari season or second season. That intro I love so much. It is, yeah, there we go. That's my favorite intro or anime opening of all time. There you go. Have you seen the 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter? I hear people say that it has better animation than 2011. I have dipped my toes into it. I've checked out some of it. I really like the art style. It's more detailed than the 2011 series. And it has, it's cell painted, so, or at least the TV series cell painted, and then the OVAs are digi-paint, and they look weird and not as good. And Biscuit Kruger, she isn't anywhere near as adorable looking in the 99 series. That being said, though, it looks interesting. I would like to see more of it. I just really don't want to see it padded out is the problem, because I feel like 2011 had a really good pace. I felt like if it were any longer, I wouldn't enjoy it. Like, if the storylines were just more dragged out, it wouldn't be as enjoyable, but who knows? One of these days, I hope to get a chance to watch it. Will you do analysis videos on both anime and cartoons? Yeah, I want to. I have plenty of animes I want to talk about. Cartoons, I really want to talk about Avatar, Korra, Batman the Animated Series, probably, Steven Universe, MLP. I got stuff I want to talk about. Of all the videos you have done so far, which one is your personal favorite and why? That would be my 3-part review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. If you have not seen it, I'm really proud of that one. The thing that makes me so proud of it and why it's my personal favorite is it was a bigger video in scale. It took a long time to put together. The only thing and this is both like a positive and negative, it's like it's not a parody, but it's an homage to Red Letter Media's Mr. Plinkett reviews. And I'm proud of myself that I was really, I tried really hard to capture the style and writing that he has without actually just recycling his old jokes. So I was really proud of that, but at the same time, it is just an imitation of his work instead of being something wholly original. So I really want to make something that supersedes that in the future, which is one of the reasons why I want to start this new channel, so I can make material that is 100% my own that I can really be proud of. So yeah, though, if you haven't seen that video, I totally recommend it. Like I said, I'm super proud of that one. It's my funniest video. If you're a fan of Mr. Plinkett's Star Wars reviews, go check it out. And if you're not a fan of Mr. Plinkett's Star Wars reviews, what the fuck's wrong with you? Go watch Mr. Plinkett's Star Wars reviews. They're fucking amazing. They're like the best goddamn reviews on the fucking internet. What the hell's wrong with you? What's your favorite Animaniacs moments? I don't know off the top of my head, because I haven't watched Animaniacs in like 20 years. Jesus Christ. There's all the ones that people will point to, like the fingerprints gag, and there's a few other jokes, like adult jokes in there, but oh man, I really can't think of just one episode or like moment or anything that really sticks out for me personally. I love Animaniacs. It's a phenomenal show. It's one of like the best shows that come out of the 90s. I really can't think of a specific moment though. When did you first get into anime? I already answered that. I was like I said, around the Toonami boom. I was like 13, 14. Not a question, but a task. Rank all the Dragon Ball arcs, all of them, including Super, from best to worst. This motherfucker. Okay, this is why I'm glad I read some of these in advance, because I caught this one, and I made a fucking text thing. Okay, now, let me just say, this list is based purely off of my memory. It's always subject to change. For the most part, a lot of these will stay roughly where they're at. Maybe like the ones that are in the top 5 will always be in the top 5. The ones that are in the bottom 5 will probably always be the bottom 5, unless something better or worse comes out in the near future that supersedes it. Also, let me just say that I subdivide and combine arcs differently than other people would. So I'll explain whenever something differs. Hey, first off, Piccolo Daimao arc. Self-explanatory. That's what I have currently. Red Ribbon Army arc. Sign arc. Baby arc. 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai arc. These 5 arcs are my absolute favorite. They have always been my favorite. And sometimes I shuffle which one I think is better. I haven't watched a lot of these in a while. So yeah, they vary. Which ones do I think are the best? So, but yeah, it's always these 5 arcs. And then past that, we got the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai arc, the Frieza arc, and this is okay, Evil Dragons arc. Okay, so with this Frieza arc, the reason it's so low, because I know people are gonna ask me why isn't it higher up? It should be closer. Frieza arc, I'm not that fond of. Honestly, I think it's really, really great in the first half. I think it starts dragging once the Ginyu Force shows up. It picks up a bit during the Frieza parts, but then I think the Frieza fight just drags on way too fucking long. Evil Dragon arc, first half I think is much stronger than the second. Or I'm sorry, I said that backwards. The second half is much stronger than the first. The first half pretty fucking disposable. The second half I think is fucking phenomenal. I love it. 21st Tenkaichi Budokai arc. Then the Great Saiyaman arc. Okay, so a lot of people would combine this with the Majin Buu arc. I don't, because it's like 7 or 8 episodes. I think it might actually be more than that. Anyhow, it's a good chunk of episodes that are just completely divorced from like the Majin Buu stuff. It's just like a whole bunch of standalone things that are leading up to the tournament. So I pretty much just leave that separate. Also, it allows me to rank it higher than, because if I didn't rank it together, the Majin Buu arc would drag it way the fuck down, and I don't want that. The Wedding Dress arc, it's the filler that was at the end of Dragon Ball. If you haven't seen the end of Dragon Ball, there's a 5-episode filler arc where Goku and Chi-Chi go on this little adventure. It's fantastic. I really love it. Garlic Jr. arc. A lot of people would probably crucify me for putting it this high, but I think there's a lot of merits to it. I think the fact that it's a Goku-free story is great. It utilizes Kuririn, Piccolo, and Gohan really well. It gives Kami something to actually do, makes him an active agent within the story. Is it fantastic? No, it has a lot of shortcomings, but conceptually I think it's really great. It has a lot of moments that I really enjoy. Black Star Dragon Ball arc. I also break this differently than most people do. Funimation cuts this off like shortly after they get to Planet M2. I consider the Black Star Dragon Ball arc to go up until they defeat Dr. Mew on Planet M2, and then he escapes and baby bursts out of his chest like a fucking xenomorph. Like, that's where I consider that to end, and that's really what elevates this so high. Because, I mean, there are some bad parts of that arc, no bullshit, but like the Planet M2 stuff I think is really good. I really enjoy a lot of it, and that's what keeps it elevated as high as it is. I mean, if you took that off, yeah, it would drop it lower. Uranai Baba Tournament, you know what the hell that is. The Afterlife Tournament, you know what the hell that is. The Peel-Off arc, you know what that is. Artificial Humans. Okay, so this is from the point that Trunks shows up to when Cell is defeated. That's Artificial Human arc. Yeah, I placed it really low. If you've ever heard me talk about it, you're not surprised. A Heavenly Training, basically like, you know, that whole little filler training arc that Goku goes through. It's like 9 fucking episodes of Goku in the Heavenly Realm training for the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. Then we have Super, way here at the bottom. No surprise there, I guess. Universe 6. Future Trunks. Yeah, I put Future Trunks below the Universe 6 arc. Sorry. Majin Buu. The Beers arc. Golden Frieza arc. And then the Copy Vegeta arc, or the Potofu arc, whatever the hell you want to call it. So yeah. That's how I rank them currently. Ask me a year from now, some of these might swap around, but they're always going to be kind of in this order. Like, you know, like I said, some of these might shuffle. Like, the bottom ones will probably always be on the bottom. Top ones will probably always be on the top. The ones in the middle, depending on how I'm remembering it that day, might shuffle and switch 1 or 2 slots. But for the most part, they're all going to be pretty much the same. Okay, I hope you're happy, Born to Run, you fucker, making me do all that. Okay, who is your favorite character in each of these? Yu Yu Hakusho, Koenma. I love Koenma. He's just a lot of fun. Hunter x Hunter. Ooh, Leorio. I like Leorio. Actually, no. Maybe it's Kuwabara. Fuck it. Kuwabara is awesome. Like, he's probably like just like one of the most developed characters. I love all the characters in Yu Yu Hakusho. Shinobu Sensui I also love. God damn it, man. Yu Yu Hakusho is really hard to pick. Same thing with Hunter x Hunter. God damn it. God, I love so many characters in Hunter x Hunter. It's really hard to pick. Death Note. Toru Mikami. I love Toru Mikami so much. He's probably the character I identify with the most. Don't know what that says about me as a human being. Probably that I'm a sociopath that doesn't value human life and should delete the world. But, you know, maybe not. Maybe it just means I have an affinity for underdog characters, because Toru Mikami is totally an underdog. Madoka Magica, Sayaka, I think that's her name. The blue hair girl. It's been a while since I watched it. But her character arc is so tragic and so sad. I feel so fucking bad for her. Oh my god. Alright. Do you think the Grand Priest has a hidden agenda? God damn it. Okay, it's like this is what I mean by dumb questions, guys. Like, do I think he has it? I don't fucking know. The arc isn't out. I'm not gonna fucking speculate on it. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna speculate on it until, like, you know, let me just watch the arc. I don't know. Fuck off. Like, just no. Bad. This is what I'm talking about. Don't ask me questions like this. Don't ask me about what I think about future arcs that haven't fucking happened yet. God damn it. What's your favorite arc in Yu Yu Hakusho? Chapter Black. Oh my god. Did I answer that already? I feel like I answered that already. If I did, whatever. Have you played Fusions? And if yes, how are you not playing it every second of your life due to a crippling addiction? I haven't played Fusions yet. I tried jumping into it, and I was just like, I want to play Pokemon instead. Because I have a horrible crippling addiction to Pokemon instead. I'm finally getting over that, and I'm probably going to jump into Fusion soon. I've had it since launch. I'm waiting. I had to do Pokemon first, and hopefully I'll get to jump into Dragon Ball Fusions very soon. Okay. I'm having a bit of a moral dilemma at school, so I ask, are integrity and being right more important than being popular? Okay. So, let me just say right now, integrity and being right is like, as far as like what you consider morally right, objectively right, is always more important than pleasing other people. Never, ever, do something that goes against your own personal values and morals to please other people. It's never going to be worth it. And you might get people, you might have people telling you that, oh yeah, you're our friend now because you did this shit, but honestly those people aren't going to be your friend. They're not real friends. If they want you to go against your own personal moral fibers, they're not good friends. I have friends who do things that I don't like. I have friends who smoke pot and shit, but I don't, and they never pressure me to do so. And because we have an understanding and they respect my decisions. And if your friends can't respect that, then they're not your goddamn friends. Never, compromise your integrity and your moral standings to be popular, because all you're going to do is those people that, you're trying to please, they won't be around forever. And they'll be gone. And when you look back at those events, you're going to regret that stuff. You're going to look back at that as, I really wish I hadn't compromised my values to please a couple of fuck asses who I don't even talk to now. Trust me, it is not worth it. So yeah, dude, I understand the social pressures of being ostracized and stuff, but sometimes it's better than trying to please a bunch of fuck asses who don't appreciate you already. I'm speaking from personal experience. It is not worth it. Trust me, high school is fucking fleeting. Or even if you're in middle school, your school years are fucking fleeting, and it's never going to matter. The people who like you in high school and shit, they're not going to be around. Or a lot of them won't. Unless they're really good friends, they're not going to be around. So don't compromise yourself. Are there any animes that you prefer to watch dubbed? Okay, so there seems to be this weird misconception that it feels really weird going from that really heavy question to something this irrelevant. But there's this weird misconception that I only watch subbed anime, that I am a sub fan, that I prefer subs. Not true. I don't like Dragon Ball dubbed. Dragon Ball is the exception, not the rule. I prefer my anime dubbed. If an anime has a dub, I'm going to watch it dubbed, unless the dub I think is bad. If I think the dub is bad, whether I think it has terrible voice acting, or the script is really unfaithful clearly and it's taking a lot of liberties and changing the message of what's going on, or just changing details unnecessarily, then I'll go to the sub, but almost always I will watch it dubbed. I have no problem with subs. I own a lot of anime that's sub only. That being said, if it has a dub, I'm probably 9 times out of 10 I'm going to watch it dubbed. Least favorite Dragon Ball movie? I don't know. Probably Lord Slug. That one's terrible. I hate that one a lot. What's a show or movie, not Dragon Ball, that you embrace despite it structurally being utter shit? A guilty pleasure. I don't like the term guilty pleasure, because guilty pleasure is a fucking term that people use to excuse liking bad things. It's like this weird thing that's oh, well, I don't have bad taste, this is just a guilty pleasure. It's no, you just happen to like this thing that's shit. and people just don't want to admit that they like things that are shitty. So I don't call it guilty pleasure. That being said, yeah, there's plenty of things that I like that are not good. I mean, the 87 TMNT cartoon is fucking atrocious. I mean, it's outside the first season, it's a bad show. And I still like it. I think it has a lot of merits and values to it. But it's mostly bad. It's not, but I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure. I happen to like a bad show. I had the same thing with Suicide Squad recently. I understand it's a bad movie. I've seen plenty of reviews deconstructing that film and explaining in depth why it is terrible. And I understand it, and I agree with the criticisms, but it's a kind of terrible that totally jives with me, and I had a lot of fun watching it. Would I go out of my way to watch it again? No, not really. Not at all. If someone said, hey, I rented Suicide Squad, want to watch it? Yeah, sure, I got 2 hours to kill. I would do that, but what's your favorite meal? Probably pad thai. I really, really like pad. God damn it, Lord Frieza. Stop going online and offline. Like, if you're curious who that's Lord Frieza. He keeps going in and out. Let's see, what's your favorite meal? Pad thai, probably. I love Thai food. It's my favorite. So probably, and I usually get pad thai or pad see. Usually get it as spicy as I can. Let's see. How has DB or any other anime inspired / changed your life? Well, DB got me all the popularity I have on YouTube right now, so I guess it's changed my life in that regard. And I mean, anime in general and like how I view it has inspired me to make videos where I really want to deconstruct it. I wouldn't say like it's had like oh man, like kind of like Jack's played how he like watched Dragon Ball Super like yeah now I'm fucking ripped. No. I'm still a lazy fat ass nerd, so I mean, like I wouldn't say any particular anime has changed my life or inspired me. Like, I would say like the chapter Black Arc of Yu Yu Hakusho. Like when I first saw that was like the first thing I had seen where I was like it really fucked with my worldviews a lot. I was just like, because I already thought like the world was kind of shitty already, being like a nerdy kid who was picked on a lot in school. So seeing that like really like stirred some stuff up in me. Oh, same thing with Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell like really changed like my worldview and just really opened my mind up to like bigger, more existential thoughts. So I mean, there's stuff like that. I guess that answers your question. I hope. Would you like it if Dragon Ball Super became a slice of life in chibi style like Attack on Titan or that Rock Lee spinoff? Slice of life, yes. Chibi style, no, because I feel like making it chibi would kind of like devalue it. Like, it's like, oh, look, it's this silly little spin-off. It's completely inconsequential. If you do it in the style of the show, it's like, no, it's just a part of the show. Like, these are things that actually happen to these characters. It's just, these are just like the little silly side adventures that they've had. So I feel like, making it chibi would kind of, because, I don't want, like, and I know, like the canon is, like, a word that everyone gets hung up on, but not that it would make it, like, not canon, but just... Like I said, it feel like it would like delegitimize it as a part of the series. Like it's not actually a part of Dragon Ball. It's this little silly sideshow that has nothing to do with normal Dragon Ball. Like no, like I like a slice of life series that is based on the characters that I know that I've grown up with, and I want to see them in their day-to-day life. Favorite video games of the last 10 years. Oh, I hadn't even seen this one before. Let's see. Favorite video game of the last 10 years? Oh my god. Oh my god. What's a really good video? I love Little Big Planet. That's fantastic. Uncharted 2 I thought was great. Oh man, there's like... See, I'm like totally fucking... Valkyria Chronicles. Valkyria Chronicles is fucking amazing. I'd probably say, like, that one's great. I can't... Oh man, there are some great ones. Valkyria Chronicles though is probably my favorite one in recent memory. Like, just it was such a great fucking tactical game, awesome shit. What's your favorite time of the year? I guess I want to say winter, but like I live in Florida, so we don't really get fucking winter anymore. Fuck you, global warming. And plus also winter has holidays, and I fucking loathe holidays. So I don't really know if I have a favorite time of the year. I I guess New Year's, because like New Year's I get to hang out with my friends, we get drunk, we play video games until sunrise. Like, but I really can't think of like a specific time of the year where I'm like, yeah, this is like my favorite, like I've been waiting for this. Which of the Dragon Ball villains is your least favorite? I don't know, probably a lot of the shitty movie villains. Broly, Lord Slug, a lot of those uninspired trash recycled villains are the ones that have zero fucking personality. Super Artificial Human 13, he sucks too. What's your favorite anime soundtrack? Let's see. It would either have to be Escaflowne's soundtrack, Cowboy Bebop, which are both done by Yoko Kanno, and Madoka Magica had a phenomenal soundtrack too. So one of those three. Top 3 charismatic characters, Dragon Ball characters. Does Dragon Ball have charismatic characters? Sorry, man. I don't really consider Dragon Ball characters charismatic. Have you seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? If you haven't, then I highly recommend it. See, I get this shit all the fucking time, people. Seriously, I find it just ridiculously fucking silly that so many people assume that I haven't even like heard of one of the most popular anime of like the fucking decade. It's like, come on, guys. Like, yes, I don't need it to be recommended. If you want to recommend me anime, recommend me some fucking obscure shit that I've probably never heard of, not some shit that like everybody's fucking heard of. Okay, asked Emperor Big D this, but interested in your take. Given the multitude of inconsistencies, is headcanon necessary for DBS? Okay, I don't think headcanon should ever be fucking necessary. I mean, if you want to like try and fill in the gaps of the story, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of gaps so you have to like make up your own bullshit. But like all you're doing by making your own headcanons is you're excusing shitty writing. And you're making excuses for it. And you're like, it's never the audience's job to fill in details. It's the narrative's job. It's the writer's job. The storyteller has to fill in these details, not the audience. So I don't like the idea of like this thing like, oh, like every like, you know, like you need a headcanon to fucking do this. Because I mean, like having like a headcanon, like, you know, to kind of explain certain little minor things. But with Dragon Ball Super, people will come up with full fucking stories to try and like fill in the holes of Dragon Ball Super, and it's kind of fucking ridiculous. Like, I mean, because like, you know, back in the day, headcanons like for me were like, oh yeah, Goku can't use the instantaneous movement as a little kid in GT because, I mean, that makes sense. You know, yeah, he has an underdeveloped child's mind. He can't focus. That makes perfect sense to me. I mean, it's never stayed in the show, so technically that's a headcanon. But it's just, you know, it's just kind of like, you know, like I saw it, it didn't really need to be explained, and I kind of understood it. Here, though, like with Dragon Ball Super, they just leave out major fucking details or give you conflicting fucking information. And, I mean, fucking headcanons are worthless anyhow. That's why I always say, worthless fucking headcanon, which, I like the person who beat me to that punch. So, yeah. I mean, to make Dragon Ball Super make sense, yeah, you need to fucking make shit up. Is it your job to fucking do it? Hell no. Dragon Ball Super just doesn't fucking make sense on its own, and you shouldn't have to make shit up. But whatever. What old school anime do you wish everyone would watch? Okay, so I feel like there's like a lot of anime, because like, you know, with a lot of old animes, like a lot of them are getting revivals now or sequels, like Dragon Ball Super, Sailor Moon Crystal, Evangelion rebuilds, like, you know, but I feel like, and of course, you know, there's like the old Toonami classics that people will still dredge up, like, Big O, like Outlaw Star, Rurouni Kenshin, which Rurouni Kenshin also just had a series of live action films not that long ago. But I do feel like there's a lot of shows that slip between the cracks, that are beloved classics that a lot of people just, I don't think will ever see. Revolutionary Girl Utena, fucking phenomenal. His and Her Circumstances, fucking phenomenal. Martian Successor Nadesco, fucking phenomenal. Like there are so many great animes that I feel like people should just go and look for them themselves. And Space Adventure Cobra, another great one. Dirty Pair, another great one. There are great animes out there, and I really wish that more people kind of looked into them. But yeah, those are just examples, because there's so many. I could just list off so many shows that I hope just don't get forgotten about. Okay, if you could create a perfect character for any series you want, how would he/she look or act, personality, and setting? I don't know. That's a really vague, abstract question, because, I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect character, unless you're talking about, like, a Mary Sue, who's just literally perfect in every way. I don't know. I mean, like, my favorite kind of characters are flawed characters that have to overcome their flaws, aren't necessarily the best at what they do, characters who are driven by passion, things like that. That's all I really got. Oh, I almost skipped this one. Favorite shoujo anime? That's a toss-up. I kind of go, like, Nana and Kodocha are, like, my two favorite shoujos. They are so goddamn good. I can't recommend those enough. That is Kodocha and Nana, if you ever want to look those up. Fucking phenomenal. And I guess if you count Escaflowne as a shoujo, that would actually be my favorite, because Escaflowne is my favorite anime. But yeah. Oh my god, how many fucking questions? Okay, I'm almost at the end, guys. Or maybe I'm not. I don't even know. Jesus Christ. Would you prefer Infinity War to be one movie or two parts? It depends on, like, what the narrative is. Like, if it's a narrative that really necessitates being two parts, or else it would just be overly crowded or just horribly paced or rushed, then it should be two parts. If it's just, like, enough of a story to fill one movie, but, like, the studio's like, make it two movies to, like, make it seem more epic, so then they pad it out, then yeah, it should only be one movie. Whatever the narrative necessitates. If the narrative necessitates it to be 2.5 hour long movies, so be it. If it requires it to be 1 3-hour movie or a 2.5 hour long movie, so be it. Like, I mean, it would be really cool that, like, if after Infinity War comes out, it's a two, like, they make it like a two-parter, which I'm hearing it's not even going to be a two-parter now. It's like two standalone films that connect directly to one another. So we'll see what they do there. What's your take on the upcoming MG title, Metal Gear Survive? I think it's the gutting of the corpse of what was once a fantastic franchise. And it's just a shameless attempt to just make some money by flipping the assets of, like, what was left over from Metal Gear Solid 5. It's probably going to be fucking garbage, and I'm not going to play it on principle. And another question. What are your expectations for Kojima's Death Stranding game? Do you think he'll blow our minds again? Well, Kojima hasn't blown my mind since MGS3. I thought, like, Metal Gear Solid 5 was the first Metal Gear I stopped playing. I never fucking beat it. Like, I didn't finish Phantom Pain. Finished Ground Zeroes, didn't really care. It was okay for what it was. Peace Walker, okay for what it was. It was fun, but I mean, I expect more from a Metal Gear game. A Metal Gear game shouldn't be fun. It should be like as I've said before, it should be a fucking religious experience. Like, oh my god, I'm playing a new Metal Gear. It's amazing. Not just fun or okay. MGS4 was just a clusterfuck that tried to answer all the unanswered questions of Metal Gear, and the answer to every question was nanomachines. Oh, like, how, like, what's the secret behind Vamp being, like, all immortal? Nanomachines. Oh, well, what was this thing? Nanomachines. What was the Malali Lulelo? It was a censorship word for the Patriots. Okay. That was triggered by nanomachines. I fucking hated MGS4. I hate it as a story. As a gaming experience, it was fucking fun as hell. But yeah. I don't know. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm hoping it's great, because Kojima can do great. Let's see if he still can. Who's your favorite character in Dragon Ball and why? Tenshin Han. I've said this a few times. I think he's just a really interesting character. Like, really his big defining moment for me is when he's holding down Cell with the Kikoho. And he's just, like, that is an act of just pure sacrifice. You know, he isn't doing it to get the kill. He isn't doing it to, like, you know, to, like, hold back someone else so someone else could get the kill. Like he is doing this to, like, so 18 can get away so he doesn't achieve his perfect form. And he doesn't want him to achieve his perfect form so that way the other characters have a chance to fight Cell and kill him, because he knows he'd be way too powerful. It was a completely altruistic act. It's something that you don't really see in Dragon Ball very often. You know, it was a completely selfless thing. Like, I mean, you could point to, like, Vegeta, like, you know, blowing himself up against Majin Buu, but even that, like, that was him making up for a mistake that he made. Tenshinhan didn't make a mistake. That wasn't his thing to do. Like, you know, he was just... It was a completely selfless act. It was one of the best character moments of the entire franchise. Tenshinhan's my favorite character. If you were in charge of Super, then what would you do with it? Okay, I actually have some videos planned. I actually mentioned this. So it's like, you know, what if Dragon Ball Super didn't suck? Or actually, like, what if blank arc didn't suck? Like, I'm going to cover each arc and explain how I would restructure, what things that I would change, while still trying to keep the core concept of the stories the same. Like, you know, not completely rewrite them, but just change details to make them more satisfying. But yeah, I do have some videos coming up. It's going to take me a long time to explain all that, so I won't. But just know in the future I will. Basically, if you really want to know, watch my episode reviews. Every time I make a complaint about something, like, yeah, because I usually say, like, it would have been better if they had gone this route. Pretty much just those things. Like in my reviews, I kind of explained how I think, like, something would have been better, or why something was bad, and basically if they didn't do it that way, it would have been more satisfying. What YouTuber do you like the most, and what YouTuber do you dislike the most? I don't think I really dislike any particular YouTuber. I mean, I don't have, like, YouTube beefs or anything. I don't give a shit about any of that. As far as, I mean, like, I guess, like, you know, there's, like, broad categories of YouTube I don't like. I don't like react channels. I think they're fucking garbage. I don't like, I don't know, just kind of like bland, like, Let's Play channels. I don't like them at all. Like, yeah, so, like, react channels, Let's Play channels, I don't like. I don't like slam reviewers. Like pretty much like the Nostalgia Critic, where it's just like, let's watch a movie and then riff on it and talk about how dumb it is, and not actually make any legitimate criticisms. I hate those kind of things. But as far as, like, YouTubers that I really like, Digibro is one I really like. I've mentioned that a couple times. Pretty much everyone from the Monkey Jones is my favorite, though. Monkey Jones, I've recently discovered him, and he is just amazing. He is my absolute favorite. There's really no one else like him on YouTube. He's so damn good. So Monkey Jones, pretty much anyone from the Procrastinators is great. Red Letter Media, I love. Every Frame of Painting, which is another kind of film deconstruction channel. Pretty much anything that I feel like really adds value to, like, the things that they're talking about. Those are the channels that I like the most. What's your favorite Dragon Ball episode? I don't know. I mean, it's Dragon Ball, so it's kind of an ongoing thing. So it's really kind of hard to pin down, like, one thing. Like, yeah, like, this episode. I don't know. Like, probably that Arali episode, like that Dr. Slump episode that we had. That was fucking great. And it's a good standalone episode. Doesn't need anything else to go with it. Have you ever drank Bailey's from a shoe? God, that is, like, such an old fucking, like, meme. If anyone even fucking remembers that. It's like from, like, an old fucking Bailey's commercial, like the I forgot even what the hell it is. What the hell is Bailey's? Like a Irish liquor or some shit? I don't even remember. What is your favorite and least favorite music genres? Least favorite, without a doubt. Like, if I just outright, I fucking hate gospel and country. Can't fucking listen to them. I've never run into a gospel song or a country song that I like at all. They all sound fucking terrible to me. Favorite? I would say I get really into kind of, like, bands or artists that have, like, kind of a more alternative rock sound, but kind of mix a lot of synth into their stuff. Kind of have, like, that. It's a weird thing, like, kind of trying to think of a good way to fucking explain this. Kind of like a fusion between alternative rock and new wave. Panic at the Disco had that sound. So did the Killers. I would say also Fall Out Boy had more of the alternative rock sound. They went more alternative rock than anything. Then they didn't really do the synth thing. But let's see. Shit. I'm blanking on other bands that I like. Fun is a really good example. Marina and the Diamonds. So yeah, like, stuff like that is, like, you know, like, the music that I gravitate towards the most. Then I just like really far out there fucking heavy metal and rock and shit, like a lot of new metal. System of a Down, Maximum the Hormone. Then I like stuff like Mindless Self-Indulgence. Like those are some of my favorite bands. So yeah, I'm like, that's like my favorite stuff though. Do you have a favorite Dragon Ball fight or anime fight in general? If so, what is it? Dragon Ball fight, it's either, I'd say it's probably the Piccolo fight or the Vegeta fight. Like the Piccolo fight from the 23rd tournament or the Vegeta fight from the Saiyan arc. Favorite fight in anime in general? Oh man, there's so many good ones. Honestly, like one that I really love, and it's a super short one, but the train fight from the Cowboy Bebop movie is fucking fantastic. It's short, but it's tightly choreographed and so good. It has a good crunchy, hard feel to it. Yeah, I love that one. Let's see. What's your favorite Pokemon? Chestnut. Like, favorite. Before that, it was Typhlosion. If you don't have a favorite one, then what's your favorite type in Pokemon? Well, I do have a favorite Pokemon. Favorite type? Grass, probably. I really like grass Pokemon. Oh my god, it just keeps going, people. If you could head any franchise, movie, show, or anything, what and how would you improve it? Dragon Ball, probably, because it's the one I'm having the most issues with. And I would just kind of like just be there, like look over people's shoulder and be like, hey, let's not do this. Let's do this, like, let's twist the story this way. Let's, like, have this instead. Let's cut that needless subplot out. Let's condense these ideas and let's expand on these. Just little stuff like that to try and improve the overall feel of the show. What kind of music do you listen to? I already answered that one. So don't need to do it now. Is there... if there was one video you could remake for any reason, which would it be? I did a video called The People versus Full Metal Alchemist, where I really got, like... Or I was trying to, like, make an argument for why I think that FMA 2003 is better than Brotherhood. And it was a solid video. It was okay. It wasn't good enough in my mind. It's not on the internet anymore. It got hit by a copyright strike, and back then I was really worried about copyright, so I deleted it, so I wouldn't get in more trouble. And I do plan on re-going over that at some point. This year, I really want to. This year, I really need to make a concerted effort to make that video, because it's a topic that I'm really passionate about and one I really, really want to talk about. What's your favorite franchise ever? TMNT, I want to say. TMNT or Pokemon. I love both of them. Who's your favorite fictional character? Oh, this is easy. And it's one that I never got to talk about ever. And no one's going to know who this guy is. But Spider Jerusalem from Transmetropolitan. It's a phenomenal comic from the early 2000s or late 90s. I forgot when it started. But it's basically this cyberpunk story about... Basically, he's an analog for Hunter S. Thompson, who I'm not actually familiar with Hunter S. Thompson or his work at all, but Transmetropolitan really makes me want to check out his work. But yeah, it's about this gonzo journalist in this cyberpunk environment, and he is just the meanest motherfucker who just really gets up. Like, that man is my fucking inspiration. So, I mean, if you ever wonder where I get, like, my kind of, like, how I just kind of be really personal about how I feel about my entertainment and like my deconstructions and my reviews and stuff, and just how hard I am on the topics I'm talking about and how aggressively I can speak about them, that comes from Spider Jerusalem. He is, like, if I have any fucking inspiration, it's that man. That fictional man. Do you think Super will ever explore new universes? I think they'll go to new universes. I don't think they'll explore them because Super is interested in exploring these ideas that they keep making up. Top 5 manga of all time. I don't really read manga. I'm way more of an anime guy. I do have favorite manga. Specifically, it's I really like Hikaru no Go. That's my absolute favorite, which led to me reading Death Note, which I really love. Trigun Maximum I thought was good. Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei was good. But yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm not a big manga person, unfortunately. What's your general opinion about the Dragon Ball Super manga as a separate product? As a separate product, it's... A lot of people keep pointing, see, the manga is so much better. The manga is super truncated, and I feel without the anime also there, because, like, I feel between the anime and the manga somewhere there's a good product, but I feel like you know, they're splitting the product up, and just, like, there's some good stuff in the manga, there's some good stuff in the anime. I do think the manga holds together a bit better, but because it's so short, and, like, the stories are so hyper condensed, they're not satisfying. So I think it's okay, but it's not amazing. So yeah. Whew, there we go, finally. God damn, I'm sweating like a fucking pig too. Like, I don't think you guys realize, like, you know, just sitting in front of a mic for like this long and it's talking and talking and talking. You're really... And also, I fucking live in Florida. It's fucking hot as balls here. Okay, so yeah, that that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe I'll do another one of these in the future. And hopefully I answered every question. I don't think I missed any. If I missed your question, holy crap, I am sorry. Let me see. Let me just go back before. Because I don't really want to skip out on anyone. Because I'll feel like a total shithead if I did. No, that looks like it's all of it. Is there anything hiding here? Yay, Zeon. Okay. Yeah, okay, I don't see anything here. So yeah, okay, I guess I'm done. So next time, Zeon out. Jesus Christ, this was so fucking long. Oh my god.